In a dunk contest that airs tonight, Parker beat some of the country's top male recruits and won the contest.
With that?
She joins Vince Carter, Carmelo, and LeBron as previous recent winners. Tony, just a nice achievement, or why you hate on her dunks, is it significant?
All right. It's not Neil Armstrong landing on the moon, okay? Those are very plain dunks. I would have voted for her to win, too, because it's like when a dog sings. It's not that the dog has to sing well, it's that it sings
it's like
all.
Voting off Zach, right?
No, it's nothing like voting off Zach. She made a dunk, but that's not a... Look, I went to high school 1,000 years ago. We had 5 guys who could dunk all under 6'5", so it's no big deal dunking. It is a big deal when a girl dunks. How significant do you think it is?
Well, I think it's significant because of this. I think she's a significant player. She will be the best player. You can either say, you say Diana Taurasi, I say Cheryl Miller. But we both agree they're at the top of the list.
Right.
This woman apparently has those skills. I've sort of paid attention to her career in Chicago. You can't ignore the way she looks. She's beautiful.
I'm sorry. You can't ignore the way she looks.
She's going to be a star. And the significance is this is the first time nationally people are becoming aware of her.
Do you want her to play in a cat suit with a middle cut out like your girl Serena?
At 22,
Here's some great news for everybody outside the 312 area.
And Kurt Walton, leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com. We'll see you next time, everybody.
Welcome to ESPN's Week of Madness, presented by Harley-Davidson.
The madness continues tonight, high school style, as the nation's best prep dunkers and shooters gather for slams, three-point shots, and stardom. They are the model of success for the modern basketball phenom. And while Carmelo and LeBron now star at the highest level, it wasn't that long ago they showcased their talents on high school's biggest stage, while setting the standard for future phenoms. Tonight, we'll get a glimpse of the future as the nation's high school basketball elite look to raise the bar yet again while rising to the occasion. Welcome to Carl Albert High School in Oklahoma City for the Powerade Jam Fest, part of the 2004 McDonald's All-American festivities. Tonight's events include a co-ed slam dunk contest. Hi, everybody. Dave Pasch alongside Tim McCormick and Doug Gottlieb. And guys, last year LeBron James left an indelible mark on this event, but there are several guys who think they can top LeBron. And Tim, I'm curious who you think's going to do it this year.
Dave, today at shoot-around, I studied the dunkers intently, and Josh Smith, without question, is the favorite. 6'9" out of Atlanta, averaged over 6 dunks per year, and he promised you something very special. But Doug, you don't even think he's the best guy named Smith in this contest.
No, you don't ever ask a big guy what he thinks of a dunker. You ask the players, the small guys, who's going to win. When I asked, they said J.R. Smith, headed to North Carolina, and North Carolina home to just a couple pretty good dunkers, Jordan, Stackhouse, Vince Carter. So I think he's got the pedigree to win this competition.
And if Gottlieb keeps this up, McCormick will dunk him before the end of the night. Let's check in with the 4th member of our crew now, Mike Gleason, who's with one of the Smiths.
I'm here with Josh Smith. I understand you're taking this very seriously. You've been working out for the last 2 or 3 weeks, maybe a month.
Yeah, I've been trying to work out on my dunks because I feel if I work out in advance, then I'll make most of them.
You're one of the favorites. If you had to pick 2 more names, your stiffest competition tonight, who would they be?
I had to go with J.R. Smith and Rudy Gay.
All right, Josh Smith from Oak Hill Academy, one of the favorites, Dave.
All right, Mike, let's take a look at the slam dunk rules for the 2004 Powerade Jam Fest. Each player in the opening round gets 2 dunk attempts. You're allowed 1 miss per attempt. No people or props allowed. 3 dunks in the first round. The top 4 move on to the finals. The judges for tonight's slam dunk contest, Hall of Famer and former Oklahoma State standout Barry Sanders, along with Olympic gold medalist Jennifer Azzi, former Stanford Cardinal star. Big country Bryant Reeves, who led Oklahoma State to the Final Four in their last trip back in 1995. And Lee Mayberry, an Oklahoma native, former NBA standout. Melissa Walker Campbell, the former Oklahoma star, and Shane Hammond, who is the world's strongest man. Howard Garfinkel, one of the original teachers of basketball with his 5-star basketball camps, and Sonny Hill, an executive advisor to the Philadelphia 76ers and founder of the Sonny Hill Basketball League. first contestant tonight, Rudy Gay, 6'9", 215-pounder. He is signed with Connecticut, and he likes to compare himself to former McDonald's All-American Carmelo Anthony.
Now, I know we're getting old, fellas, but he told me that he's bringing old school approach here, and he's going to dunk like Vince Carter. Now, I always thought old school was Julius Erving or David Thompson. We're getting way too old.
Now, Sean Livingston told me in the elevator coming down here that he is the sleeper pick to win this competition.
Mark that down.
And Gay with an emphatic dunk to start things off, shoving the hand through the net.
A la Vince Carter.
Yep, he's got to hang, though, if he's going to be true Vince. You know, Rudy Gay first dunked a basketball. 7th grade, he was only 5'11".
Wow.
I would have to call it technical. I know if you hang with your hands at the tee. What about if you hang with your elbow?
Gay missing that one there. So you will have one more attempt. If he misses, he gets 0 points, but you're allowed 1 miss per attempt.
Barry Sanders liked the dunk. Okay. You know, the key thing to remember here is that you need to dunk and advance. Last year, too many guys missed their first round stuff. There's a perfect example. You can't win this thing if you get cut off after the first round.
Darius Washington Jr., the second to dunk. He is committed to Memphis. Scored 30 points per game over the last 2 years.
And see, little guys have such a huge advantage in a dunk contest. He's got incredible elevation, but that's a little Spud-like effort on his part.
He's 6'2". How is that Spud-like? See, leave it to a big guy to try and take a shot at a guard.
There's no way that he's 6'2". No way.
He's still 8 inches taller than Spud Webb, then.
Going to the Tigers. Watched Antonio Burks, their fine point guard all year, and he'll take over that spot next year.
Washington! And he likes it, and so do his teammates. So do the judges.
Now remember, he's only committed to Memphis, and there is some speculation. John Calipari may or may not hang around, especially with that conference that's going to change very soon.
Yeah, but that's a story with all these players. 10 of them, possibly 11, considering the jump from the prom to the NBA, and that was pretty impressive, Doug.
Yeah, I like it. I like the, you know what, more than anything, not just the dunk, the enthusiasm after the dunk. You got to get the crowd involved. You got to get your teammates involved if you want to win this thing.
That's the same thing LeBron did last year, flex the muscles.
Now, LeBron was in Cleveland when he did it, playing to the home crowd. A little easier.
Next up, we have Tim McCormick's favorite, Josh Smith.
Wow. I want to warn him, next time he tries that, he needs to duck. He almost hit his head on the rim.
Told us he's been practicing dunks for the last couple of months. An Oak Hill Academy guy. They've now produced 20 McDonald's All-Americans, the most of any high school. Dunk number 2 for Smith. Oh! With 2 hands off the bounce.
And that's what I'm talking about, dunk and advance. He doesn't have to do his best stuff. And he told me that on the way over here, he was kind of formulating his game plan, and he said that he was going to try to bring out his best stuff in the later round.
He can't palm a basketball. That's why he throws the ball in the air. 6'9", can't palm a ball?
Yeah, before I picked him, Doug, he didn't tell me he couldn't palm the ball.
Let's take a look at the standings so far in the opening round of the Powerade Jam Fest. There is Washington with an impressive performance. He's committed to Memphis. Josh Smith in second and Rudy Gay in third. An exciting start to the Powerade Jam Fest. More dunks coming up from Oklahoma City.
Represent my team.
My team.
They're new.
If you know the basics.
Put the spin on it. Red or blue.
Excuse me, this could get messy. Goodies, next on Food Network.
K-Swiss.
Who would have...
If they can change...
How?
I would... And that's what.
Into these. And then do lunge.
I don't stop. I ball.
Let's do it. Don't tell them nothing. They about nothing. They don't care what the.
And I don't get them anywhere but Foot Locker.
You know they frontin' girlies up in that place.
Later on, LeBron James is here, and we'll have this, something like that. Let's just run through it. Yeah. Okay. No, I think it's sold out, actually. Let me just start like that. Whoa! Are you guys rolling on this? Yeah. That's a 90-footer. Ow! That is amazing. Oh, my. Did you get that? You have that, right?
Women's college basketball's best meet in New Orleans for the Final Four. Coverage begins at 6:30 with LSU versus Tennessee, Minnesota versus Connecticut at 9, Sunday on ESPN.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of the Powerade Jam Fest is presented by Powerade.
Back at Carl Albert High School in Oklahoma City, the Powerade Jam Fest. Dave Pasch alongside former McDonald's All-American Tim McCormick and Doug Gottlieb. Candace Parker, who is off to Tennessee to play for Pat Summitt. Started dunking as a sophomore in high school. She is 6 feet 3 inches tall from Naperville, Illinois, just outside Chicago.
Got a little girl power.
Counts.
Good enough for me.
Definitely good enough for me. What's amazing is she tore her ACL 8.5 months ago.
Yeah. She said she's not 100% yet.
Yeah, I hate to see when she's 100%.
Only the second female to dunk in a high school game. Sylvia Foles is the other, and she's going to be playing in the game for the girls team. Second a little ago. But the Foles not taking part in the slam dunk contest, and Park will have one more attempt after this.
And obviously she hasn't listened to Tim McCormick's philosophy. Dunk and advance.
Now she knows. She's going to bring the simple one here. Very good decision. Hey, Doug, do you ever think there will be a day at the McDonald's game where we have the ladies dunk contest?
I don't know. Be interesting to see.
Maybe in about 15 years when your daughter grows up, Timmy.
Now, which did you like better, the first dunk or the second dunk? Because from where I sit, they look fairly similar.
I like the fact that she made it. Candace told me today that she has a 95% success rate on her basic dunk. And that was it right there.
You know what I like best is all the participants, boys, girls team, both stood up, applauded her, as did this crowd when she took the floor.
Look at that, second place.
J.R. Smith, Doug Gottlieb's pick to win this thing. He is signed with North Carolina.
It's all about pedigree. You're going to wear the Tar Heel colors. You got to be able to throw down if you're going to play that way.
Guys, he says he doesn't think about the dunks at all because he says that's when you miss.
That was his first dunk, and I was impressed.
I am liking my selection more and more as we watch the replay.
I'm with you, Doug.
Now, where do you rank his vertical jump compared to one of your teammates at OK State, Desmond Mason?
Well, now, Desmond was a great dunker, but he needed a bit of time to run up. Remember when he won the slam dunk contest as a rookie? All of his dunks were really moving towards the basket. Guy is a great runner and great jumper off of the run, not necessarily a true vertical leaper.
Second dunk coming up for J.R. Smith from Newark, New Jersey.
Dunk and advance. And think about the wings next year. Shad McCants, J.R. Smith. All of a sudden, some more athleticism into that Roy Williams running and gunning style.
Well, plus Marvin Williams may be the most underrated player here. He's going to North Carolina. Roy Williams is adding some depth to a team that was a little bit void in that area this season.
How about that? Touching the backboard and then throwing it down. The leader, J.R. Smith. North Carolina will have all 5 starters back, assuming nobody goes professionally early. Joe Crawford is next out of Detroit.
That would be a big assumption. I mean, in this day and age,
yeah, you don't know.
And this is a guy that knows something about vertical jump. He'll be joining Tubby Smith.
That's a miss. He'll have one more attempt before his first dunk. Crawford is committed to Kentucky.
Check out the elevation. My goodness.
Got to finish. Dollar jump, nickel finish.
He's 6'4".
He and his teammate Malik Harrison from Renaissance High in Detroit, the only teammates in this game.
That was pretty good as he's falling away. Wasn't as emphatic because he was coming down as he went through with the dunk, but the judges like it.
Joe told me he's 3-0 lifetime in dunk contests. He studies at the School of Michael Jordan videos.
Very nice. And I like this, all the stats you're bringing up. I mean, how many guys where he grew up are able to compete with him in a dunk contest?
Not a lot. He won his neighborhood dunk contest.
I did too, only it was on a dunk hoop. You ever play? You never had to play dunk ball.
Nerf hoop.
Second dunk for Crawford. Judges like it again. So do the fans. Crawford seems pretty happy. What do you guys think?
Well, I think it's a perfect dunk, and Crawford is a terrific athlete. This is what Kentucky needs. They've been so successful in the SEC, but they're lacking those great NBA-level players. They have 2 McDonald's All-Americans here today, and that will help them maybe get over the edge in the SEC and get over the edge in the NCAA tournament. Haven't been to the Final Four the last bunch of years.
Rajon Rondo, the other Kentucky-bound player.
So the first round of the slam dunk contest is in the books. The top 4 advance to the finals. J.R. Smith and Joe Crawford tied for the lead. Darius Washington Jr. with 146 points. And Candace Parker is in 4th place. A couple of dunkers using the bounce in the opening round. J.R. Smith and Joe Crawford among the 4 advancing to the slam dunk final.
Baseball is back. It's opening night on ESPN2. After a bitter ending to last year's season, Pedro Martinez has Boston recharged for another pennant run. Opening night presented by the Home Depot. Sunday at 8 on ESPN2.
Another new K-Swiss. Put the spin on it.
This is how I spin it.
Buy K-Swiss. Put the spin on it. Hook it up.
Mix it up. Spin it like this.
Put the spin on it.
Represent my team.
My team. They're new. 5 stripes. Put the spin on it.
Red or blue.
I wear my K-Swiss like this. Put your spin on it. Put your spin on it. K-Swiss.
Kevin, I Left My Heart in Malibu is coming to ABC.
Got a 2-for-1 coupon for the Flyers game tonight. Who say me and you?
I hate hockey. If I want to see a tiny black thing get slapped around, I'll wait till you piss off my dad.
The Big House premieres April 2nd, part of TGIF on ABC.
A-Rod and Pinstripes, Steinbrenner's unbelievable. Who'd you take, Shaq or Yao? Shaq's the man, but Yao's really shown me something. I don't like the DH, but it's hard to imagine baseball without it. My head is with Tiger, but my heart is with Daly.
This is Mike in the morning on ESPN Radio. Trade talk dominate the news.
ESPN Radio.
To achieve superior results in business, you need to build on a solid foundation. Integrity, accountability, and passion are the building blocks of success. At HRH, we offer corporate risk management, personal risk management, employee benefits, and surety programs that outthink our competition, so we can help you outthink yours. HRH. Problem solved.
Powered by motivated professionals and transfer students. Energized by the vitality of our urban setting. At the University of Baltimore, the numbers are on your side. We're Maryland's only upper division and graduate university with a law school, located in the heart and minds of the Mount Vernon Cultural District. So call or visit our website. The University of Baltimore, the career-minded university.
Thursday night, a week of madness presented by Harley-Davidson continues with the NIT Championship game at 7 Eastern and the College Slam Dunk and three-point contest at 9 Eastern on ESPN. Welcome back. Carl Albert High School in Oklahoma. Dave Pasch, Tim McCormick, and Doug Gottlieb. We're at the Powerade Jam Fest and the girls' three-point shooting contest. Standings look like this. Sade Wiley Gatewood is the leader.
Guys, I'm convinced that high school girls are better three-point shooters than boys. They obviously work very hard at it, but I believe the set shots are a lot more consistent because there's less room for error because they're not jumping.
We'll just have to see. Statistical analysis will play out here.
Yeah, I kept stats on the first round, and they're just under 16 made for the group, and we'll measure that up against the boys a little bit later.
Thomas, 5'9", from Cincinnati, Ohio. Mount Notre Dame High School, averaged 20 points, 5.5 assists. She's a point guard, but can play the two.
Going to UConn, Gino Auriemma will find a way to get that beautiful shot into his rotation. Had a game last year, 42 points.
She's got great backspin on her shot. Look, she's going to UConn, and that is the pinnacle, okay, along with Tennessee, of women's basketball in this country. And like you said about the boys, the rich continue to get richer with players like Mel Thomas.
I think she may fit in that Jen Rosati role back in the day when they won the championship with Rebecca Lobo.
Very nice Jen Rosati reference.
16 points for Thomas as she closes things out by hitting the money ball. Nicely done by Thomas. And now Marcella Packer will go next. And Packer does something that Tim McCormick used to do before every game. It's a superstition. She shaves her legs.
Don't let that out over the air. Come on, Dave. I think she's going to have an outstanding career for Coach Foster at Ohio State.
The Ohio State University.
She'll take over at the shooting guard spot. Katie Motter, who is the top three-point shooter in Ohio State history.
Well, it's big shoes to fill. You know, what's interesting is that Ohio State got a chance to host a women's regional this year, yet they couldn't play in the Schottenstein Center. They couldn't play downtown where the Blue Jackets play.
That would be unfair.
Well, no, they couldn't play downtown because the men's regional was there. And in the Schottenstein Center, the Ohio State High School State Championship was there. It was the girls' state championship, so they were forced to play in Old St. John Arena.
One of the greatest old arenas. Packer here has been in 4 three-point contests in her life. And listen to this, guys. She's 4-0, possibly on her way to a 5-0 undefeated record. I can see why.
Well, she's 3 back right now at Thomas.
See, if you're going to make a prediction, do so before she shoots it.
As opposed to when she's got 2 seconds left, right. She's clearly trailing.
Yes.
And here is the first-round leader, Sade Wiley Gatewood, who's off to Tennessee, one of 5 players in the McDonald's All-America game on the ladies' side that will play for Lady Vols next year.
As you watch her technique, the thing to focus on, the big challenge for these players is the way they release the ball, and they have to look down and grab the next ball for the shot. They never actually see their shot go in. Doug, did you ever do a three-point contest?
No, they never asked me. You had to go there, didn't you?
You were the guy. They let you hold the racket.
They let me pass to people so they could shoot the three-point shots. Did you ever do a slam dunk contest?
I did.
Did you win?
Let's just say my dunk went in. Sade, 3 times the LA Times Player of the Year. That's pretty impressive.
Wants to be in broadcasting.
I hope she's a play-by-play announcer.
Why's that?
Gotta keep our job safe.
You're saying mine's in jeopardy?
What a great release on her shot. You can tell that she's a worker.
Here's for the win. There it is!
Wow, very impressive.
West Coast 1, East Coast nothing.
Sade Wiley Gatewood, the winner of the 2004 girls three-point competition.
She got hot in the first round, and that's what carried her on to that big finish with 18. And
the only thing missing was the way that Larry Bird held up the #1 sign after he made his. She got very hot and deserves her championship.
Sade Wiley Gatewood, who's off to Tennessee in the fall, the winner of the girls' three-point shooting contest with 18 points. Mel Thomas comes in second, Marcella Packer in third. Let's check in now with Mike Gleason, who's standing by with Big Country and Little Country.
That's right, Dave. A couple of former Cowboy stars, and stars might be an understatement. First, let's talk with Brian Big Country Reeves, the Cowboys in the Final Four. What's your take coming up this weekend?
Well, you know, I like our shots at it. I've liked our shots all year. We're a very athletic team. You know, anything can happen once you get there. You just got to get there to get that chance.
What about some of these young studs here with Duncan the basketball?
Well, you know, we're going to hand out some teams maybe the second half or second round, but it's kind of tough sitting over there.
It doesn't remind you of you when you shattered the backboard in Seattle during the practice, does it?
Well, no, not here. You know, these guys ain't got that much power yet.
What's it take to get a 10 out of you as a judge?
Well, it's going to take something special. You know, I've seen all these already, so let's see how creative they can get.
Okay, on my right now, Barry Sanders, the Maxwell winner, the Heisman winner. He rushed for over 15,000 yards with the Detroit Lions. And Barry, your take on the Final Four this weekend?
You know what? OSU's looking good. Obviously, 4 great teams in there, and you know they survived the Big 12, and so I think they're ready for anything.
Now, just in case Steve Mariucci's listening, any chance you're going to come back and play one more time?
No, I don't think so. Thanks for asking, though.
Now, I talked about the fact that you won the Maxwell and the Heisman. You rushed for over 15,000 yards. I understand you had some great hops on the basketball floor, though.
A little bit. You know, I took part in a couple of the Foot Locker Slam Dunk Fests, so, you know, I could do a little something.
All right, Slam Dunk. Let's see some 10s over there, okay, big guy?
If they can do maybe a 720, you know, then maybe we'll give them a 10.
All right, Mike, and we'll get to the dunk finals a little bit later on. But first, the three-point shooting contest on the boys' side. Daniel Gibson and Darius Washington Jr. advance to the finals. Gibson with 15 points in the first round, and Darius Washington will take part in the dunk finals a little bit later. Will shoot first. And Tim McCormick, you did some math.
Powerade.
Thanks very much, Darius. Today, on behalf of Powerade, Coca-Cola Company, and our bottling partners everywhere, we'd like to present you with the trophies for the 2004 Powerade All-American Jam Fest trophy for three-point contest.
Congratulations. Thank you. This is yours. Oh, this is yours. Congratulations. Thank you.
All right, first of all, let's talk to the women's champion, Sade Wiley Gatewood. You were loose coming right out of the gate, weren't you?
Yeah, I was a little bit.
You're a 3-time LA Times Player of the Year. You're point guard. They may have to move you over to shooting guard.
No, I stay at the point guard. But I can also shoot as a guard, so.
All right, congratulations. Darius, congratulations. Well, Daniel put some heat on. Now you got the slam dunk contest coming up. You were really loose for the slam dunk contest. How do you feel going in right now?
I feel going in with the edge. You know, I'm pumped right now because I won a three-point contest, you know, so, you know, I'm looking forward to that. I got some tricks on my sleeve to show you guys.
All right, the 2004 three-point shooting champions, their names on the list forever, Dave. Back to you.
All right, Mike, and when we come back, our Powerade Jam Fest festivities continue with a team ball competition. That's next from Oklahoma City.
You get fouled taking the 8-point shot.
Well, you get and one. You got at the line for 9. I mean, that's an announcer's dream, isn't it?
Sade Houston and LaMarcus Aldridge will go first. They had 42 points to lead the way in the first round.
Now, I take issue a little bit with this game. They're playing with a ladies basketball, which is the intermediate size, much smaller, so it's a disadvantage to the fellas to shoot jump shots here.
This is a similar strategy that we've seen. They've had the choice to choose which ball they'd like.
Yeah, I disagree with you completely, Doug. I appreciate chivalry. It's not that the guys are being gentlemen using ladies' ball.
Except a lot of the ladies grew up playing with a men's basketball, trying to get stronger, trying to get more range in their shot.
You know, what we're seeing here is that in this event, teamwork is essential. The underrated part of the contest is the pass. You have to hit the shooter right in the hands.
I'll tell you what, LaMarcus Aldridge is a terrific shooter with that intermediate-sized basketball.
He's committed to Texas. A lot of people have compared him to Chris Bosh, another former Texas prep star, now with the Toronto Raptors.
A guy who he played against when he was just a young pup in high school, and some say dominated Chris Bosh as a youngster.
Interesting. A lot of people thought that LaMarcus Aldridge was strictly a post guy, but he's showing that his jump shot much improved.
57 points for LaMarcus Aldridge and Sharday Houston, who's off to Connecticut.
A couple winners here. Rondo, 38-0 at Oak Hill Academy. Larkins, twice missed basketball in Florida, 2 state titles.
Larkins earned a starting position on her high school team as a 7th grader, so she spent 6 years playing varsity basketball. She's a pretty good shooter, but she missed that 8-pointer. How do you like Rondo's chances if he ends up signing with Kentucky guys and taking over from Cliff Hawkins at point guard?
I think it'd be terrific for Kentucky to get an influx of talent, guys that can break down the defense, and that's one thing that Rondo does so well, getting into the lane, creating things for himself and for his teammates.
Yeah, and his coach at Oak Hill Academy, Steve Smith, said he's the best pure point guard he's coached since Rod Strickland.
And the great thing about playing at Oak Hill is it teaches you have so many weapons. It teaches you as a point guard to feed guys, keep them happy, and understand the whole team concept for scoring first as a point guard.
Yeah, and if you look at the numbers, he led the team in assists, which is really impressive. But as a secondary part of his game, he shot 68% from the field.
As a guard.
As a guard, as a point guard, as a lead guard.
So 40 points for Larkins and Rondo. And now it'll be up to DeMarcus Nelson and Tasha Humphrey. Aldridge and Houston with 57 points to lead the way in the team ball competition. Nelson all set to go to Duke. He is signed to play for Mike Krzyzewski, played mostly point guard, but told me today that coaches at Duke said he may play some 2-guard as well.
If you're looking for a comparison, a lot of similarities to Duke's Daniel Ewing. Very talented, smooth, capable of making jump shots. And the first round, Humphrey was very impressive.
I think that's the big question at Duke. What happens next year? Sean Livingston, some people think he'll go pro. If he does, who is the heir apparent at the point guard slot?
Humphrey all set to go to Georgia, 2-time Miss Basketball in that state.
Sean Docker, really hasn't shot the ball well, and he's been an excellent defender, but there hasn't been signs that he'll be a star as a point guard for the Blue Devils. So it'll be interesting to see what happens down at Cameron.
Well, it's very tough to replace Chris Duhon, who's been the toughest guy in the NCAA tournament so far. In the first round, Humphrey shot the ball so well.
That was a big 8-pointer right there.
Told me that as a young girl, she played with the boys. They were so much quicker, and so she had to rely on her perimeter shot.
That shot would have won it, but Nelson missed the 8-pointer. So LaMarcus Aldridge and Sharday Houston are the winners of the team ball competition. Let's check in with Mike Gleason, who's with LaMarcus and Sharday.
Thanks a lot, Dave. Once again, I turn it over to Mike Lockyer, brand manager for Powerade.
LaMarcus Sharday, congratulations on winning the 2004 Powerade Jam Fest team ball competition. You guys look great out there, like you've been playing together for a long time. Congratulations.
Michael Lockyer, and president of Powerade.
Sharday, what's toughest, the clock or get into the rhythm with that music going on?
It's just pretty much getting into the rhythm. I started off kind of off, but then I thought about the kids that were supporting, and it just made me want to go out there with the intensity and get the victory, so that's what kept me going.
LaMarcus, for a 7-footer, you like that outside shot, don't you?
Yes, sir, I do.
Rick Barnes going to let you pump it from out there?
I hope so, a little bit.
All right, Dave, there's your champions for 2004.
Thanks, Mike, and again, congratulations to LaMarcus Aldridge and Sharday Houston for winning the team ball competition. Up next, the finals of the slam dunk competition. J.R. Smith and Joe Crawford tied for the lead of the first round.
Later on, LeBron James is here, and we'll have something like that. Let's just run through it. Yeah, okay. No, I think it's sold out, actually. Let me just start like that. Whoa! Are you guys rolling on this? Yeah. That's a 90-footer.
is amazing. Oh, my. Did you get that? You have that, right? Give me a backpack.
Another new K-Swiss.
Put the spin on it.
This is how I spin it.
Buy K-Swiss. Put the spin on it.
Look it up. Mix it up.
Spin it like this. Put the spin on it.
Represent my team.
My team.
They're new.
5 stripes. Put the spin on it.
Red or blue.
I wear my K-Swiss like this. Put your spin on it. Put your spin on it. K-Swiss.
You're not going to get the ball back unless you rebound, right? And you're going to get a rebound unless you box out. You got to box out. Remember how I showed you? You hold your position with your arms out, right? Get that right there. It's all about the pivot foot. It's all about the pivot, moving to the left, to the right, okay? And keeping your eyes on the ball at all times. That's what it's all about, right? That's how you play defense, okay? All right, D up. 24-0, my ball, okay? I'm winning. All right, throw me the ball.
Back in suburban Oklahoma City, Carl Albert High School. Dave Pash, Tim McCormick, Doug Gottlieb with you. Our Powerade Jam Fest Slam Dunk first round results. J.R. Smith and Joe Crawford tying for the lead. Darius Washington not far behind. Candace Parker right there as well. And Candace Parker will be our first dunker in the finals.
And she displaced somebody's pick.
Yeah, I picked Josh Smith. I'm wrong.
No.
I actually...
big man. You're a much bigger man. I would never have said I was wrong.
But I did pick LeBron James last year.
He's going out on a limb.
Well, remember
the game was in Cleveland. He picks LeBron James.
Remember how you told Tim to wait until the shooter gets going to pick your winner? Right. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to wait till after the dunk to pick one.
I still have J.R. Smith, the other Mr. Smith.
J.R.'s real name is Earl.
I'm going to go with the upset. I'm going to go with Ms. Parker. Okay?
Well, they do have a change in emphasis. Early, it is just the judge's interpretation of the dunk. As it goes on, style points are more important.
And you're allowed to get 1 miss per attempt. So she's got to get this one to go down here.
Candace actually has a special dunk. It's an alley-oop off the board. She says it's very risky, and she's only made it about 15 times in her life. Maybe she'll break it out, but I guess from that angle, you probably won't be seeing it.
If she goes off the backboard from that angle, I am leaving.
In the finals, you get 3 attempts. Barry Sanders, a tough judge. Most everybody else gave 9s. Barry gave an 8. That's pretty good.
I like that. In her family, her dad was a dunker. Her 2 brothers are dunkers. Candace obviously gets it done. The only non-dunker in her family is her mom, which is the same in my family.
Yes. Candace's dad played at Iowa. Parker's 3rd attempt. She hides her eyes. Tens around.
I like the chest bump. The best part about it is the excitement that both teams show standing up and cheering for her as she gets a partial standing ovation here.
And usually dunk winners are innovators. You got Dr. J from the foul line. Cedric Ceballos did it blindfolded, just like Candace Parker.
More the D. Brown look with the cover the eyes. Remember, Ceballos brought the old blindfold out.
I see that. But D. Brown was more known for the pump up the Reebok.
He did pump up the Reeboks.
The leader, Candace Parker, who is off to Tennessee, started dunking in high school games as a sophomore. The three-point shooting champion, Darius Washington Jr., trying to win the slam dunk contest. He's going to have to knock off Candace Parker with a pretty impressive showing there in the finals, guys.
And the diversity of his attack is phenomenal. If you can make threes, it sets up your attack at the rim.
Oh! How about at that dunk by Washington.
Let's also not forget that he's been sitting there a while watching everybody else dunk. It's not like these guys are going through layup lines getting ready for their dunking.
Absolutely terrific.
How are those not all 10s? We saw some 9s there.
You know what you want to do, though, is you want to save the 10s for something really, and look at the reaction. They love it.
Hurting the rim.
That counts, and that was a good pass. He just blew that one.
Yeah, he blew his own assist.
Oh, he's going to try a dunk with his shorts pulled up. That's really old school.
This is from the Tim McCormick days.
That is not an attempt.
Those shorts are way too long to be from the Tim McCormick days, even now.
Oh.
No chance.
No, but the attempt was certainly deserving of applause anyway. At least he gave it a shot. Big Country's just thinking about the Final Four. That's all he's thinking about right now. One more chance for Washington. Barry agrees. So Candace Parker is your leader. 73 points for Darius Washington Jr. Currently in second place, Ms. Parker, headed to play for the Tennessee Lady Vols, is the leader in the finals of the Slam Dunk Contest. More dunks coming up from Oklahoma City.
Later on, LeBron James is here, and we'll have this, something like that. Let's just run through it. Yeah. Okay. No, I think it's sold out, actually. Let me just start like that. Whoa! Are you guys rolling on this? Yeah. That's a 90-footer. Ow! That is amazing. Oh, my. Did you get that? You have that, right?
Shaq and Percy here.
Next, signed with North Carolina. 150 points in the first round. A vertical leap again of 44 inches.
Howard Garfunkel said he shoots like J.J. Redick. Many people think he jumps like Vince Carter.
It's a good combination.
That's not a bad combination to have.
You think he has to come up with something special here to beat Parker?
Yeah, I do, and I wouldn't be surprised. You see, you've got to...
Oh, it almost went in.
That's a dunk right there that he said he's never tried. It was something that Kobe Bryant did a commercial 2 years ago. And Candace is looking like she's in great position to do a little history here for us.
By the way, who predicted that? Just out of curiosity.
I guess you did. I don't actually remember hearing that prediction, but we'll go with it.
It's not counted as an attempt. He's still on his first attempt.
Didn't he tell you that he doesn't think about dunks until he jumps? Is that what he said? Well, I think that was very evident on that dunk.
He may want to think about what he's going to do.
All right, so that does count because his hand hit the rim, and they do say that he attacked the basket, so 0 points in the first attempt. Here's attempt number 2. Again, you're allowed 1 miss per attempt. J.R. Smith looking a little bit dejected.
Well, he obviously has massive talent and athletic ability. But the keys to winning contests, Tim McCormick, are
dunk and advance.
There you go.
Here comes Smith.
It's a nice finger roll, though.
Although it did go in.
See, there's the old school. That's what, McCormick said, these guys aren't really old school. There's the finger roll. That's old school basketball.
There's Candace Parker, the leader. Good way to close it out for Smith.
Where was that on the first 3 attempts? Take the surefire dunk. I'm agreeing with Mr. Tim McCormick. It's all about shot percentage. That is a high percentage dunk.
How about the legs flailing, a la MJ? Candace Parker sitting pretty right now. Crawford ready to go with his first attempt. Decided to go to Kentucky instead of Michigan. Good start for Joe Crawford. Couple of 10s.
Mostly missed dunks in those competitions.
Never. Absolutely
He
not.
never DQ'd himself because he missed a dunk. That's what's amazing.
Any predictions here on what he's going to do, guys?
Well, he's definitely getting talked into it by the crowd. You have to go to a dunk that you've done before.
It has to be spectacular. Here he goes. Not an attempt.
See, that just looked like something he hadn't done before.
You got to give yourself a chance.
Yep.
You know, I think that Joe Crawford should get the crowd going and then jump as high as he can and dunk it as hard as he can and give himself a chance. If he throws up something he's never tried before, he's going to miss it and lose.
It's a miss. One more chance for Crawford. Candace Parker's behind Crawford there talking a little trash.
Wouldn't you? Get in his head. I think she's actually singing. You want to get right down.
Well, before she was talking trash. There it is, Candace Parker. After Crawford misses, wins the slam dunk in 2004. We have history, ladies and gentlemen, here in Oklahoma City at the slam dunk contest. Candace Parker, your winner.
And by winning the McDonald's All-American Dunk Contest, Candace Parker establishes herself as the greatest female dunker of all time.
What a statement.
Now, will she have a chance at a Rookie of the Year award next year in the NBA?
Candace Parker, who started dunking in high school games as a sophomore, wins the 2004 Slam Dunk Contest in Oklahoma City.
Later on, LeBron James is here, and we'll have this, something like that. Let's just run through it. Yeah. Okay. No, I think it's sold out, actually. Let me just start like that. Whoa! Are you guys rolling on this? Yeah. That's a 90-footer. Ow. That is amazing. Oh, my. Did you get that? You have that, right?
Of the Powerade Jam Fest is presented by Powerade.
Candace Parker wins the 2004 Slam Dunk Contest here in Midwest City, suburban Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Candace Parker standing by with Mike Leeson now.
Well, Dave, I'm here with the champion, also Mike Slocum, the Director of Customer Relationships for the Coca-Cola Company. Mike?
Candace, congratulations on being the first winner ever of the Powerade Jam Fest, the first woman winner. Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you very much.
All right, Candace, how does it feel? You're the first woman.
Feels great. I mean, I'm excited to be here at the McDonald's All-American Games.
Now, what juncture did you think you could win this thing?
I never really thought I could win it. I mean, I just entered it just to get a dunk down, and I'm still in shock right now.
But go back to the first round. You came out with a lot of swagger, a lot of confidence.
Well, you got to be confident in what you do to succeed.
All right, guys, there she is, the champion. She was the first junior in high school to win the Naismith as a Player of the Year. Now she's the first woman to win the Slam Dunk Contest. Back to you.
Thanks, Mike. And again, congratulations to Candace Parker and all the winners at the 2004 Powerade Jam Fest. Up next, the McDonald's High School All-America Game here on ESPN. For Mike Leeson, Tim McCormick, and Doug Gottlieb, I'm Dave Patch. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com. The McDonald's All-America Game coming up next on ESPN.